Okay, so I'm having trouble getting into my iPad and my iPhone this morning on my YouTube account, but I can get in through here. They're saying that I've had some sort of malware installed. Not really sure how that can happen, but I thought I'd come on here and do the reading on here. So let's go for it. It's very different because I'm in a completely different situation here. But anyway, if you're with me, I'm just doing the daily reading. That's all I'm doing. So we're going to see what's going on. Oh, hey, Susie, you're first up. Spirit animal, how beautiful. Well, I'm not doing readings, though, today. My account's been closed down on this channel, so I have to wait until I've got the other channel up and running to really start doing the lives again. So unfortunately, I don't know what happened. It's just in such a pickle, but somehow or another. Hey, Rosie, how you going? So I'm just going to do the What's Cracking reading. That's all I'm here to do today. So I wanted to see if I could just write that up here. Hang on. Hope you're all well. I should probably copy that. Put it up. Yep, that's good. All right. So let's do the What's Cracking. Yeah, I don't know what's going on either. There was a problem with my email address, and I got the problem with the email address fixed, but before I even did anything else, it sort of closed down my account. So I can't do donations anymore. I can't do live readings for dollars. So I'll have to wait until the other channel's up and running. I think it's about 4,000 subscribers to get that one up and running. So who knows, maybe I can get started again. The other option is doing live readings on TikTok or Facebook. So I've been trying to find a way around them, and every time I try and do something, it sort of blocks me somewhere. So I'm not quite sure where. It's good to see you too, Rosie. Where everything's going. Oh, hey, Lauren, how are you? We will get around to catching up. I haven't forgotten. All right, let's see where we're going with the What's Cracking reading. I've managed to get one of the videos up on the other channel, so I think I did the Taurus reading this morning. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. I love this coming straight up. The Wheel of Fortune sort of talks about, hey, Maria, how are you going? It talks about the wheel turning around. It's about fate sort of intervening. And when the Wheel of Fortune comes around, it says things are going to, yeah, I've got my new channel up and running, Spirit Animal, the Aussie Goddess in Astrings there. Oh, okay, so apparently my connection's unstable at the moment, so. The Wheel of Fortune. So something is about to turn in your favour. How good's that? So we've got that coming out first. Now the Five of Cups is coming through next, and the Five of Cups actually came out in one of the other readings I did today. So that sort of, it means that we may be a little bit trapped in the past. We may be really attached to something in our past and finding it hard to move forward or away from. So the Five of Cups sort of implies that even though your past is over and the cups are spilled, you still have two cups in front of you to move forward. I really like this because I feel that with the Wheel of Fortune here, it sort of makes me feel like something is going to help you move forward, something about to turn in your favor. We have the High Priestess. So, of course, just relying on your intuition, knowing that things will change. And I feel like you just to sit with your inner knowing rather than let your ego get over the top of you again and start to sort of send you negative message that those negative messages that make you feel like you can't trust your intuition. So I see that beautiful. And we have a brand new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles coming through. So I feel like today is a day to rely on your own inner resources, to trust that things are going in your direction. I love this color. To trust that you're moving in the right direction, trust your own intuition, but more so, something is going to come in to show you that you are moving in the right direction. Maybe it is my nails. a little bit of support from the universe coming your way here. So let's have a look and see what this is all about. Okay. Oh wow, we have the world coming out first. You know, I sort of sometimes think of the really like little things when it comes to the world card. It could be that you've been trying to go overseas for a while. Maybe you've been trying to plan some sort of journey and you haven't been able to get something off the ground. That's the sort of energy that's coming across. So maybe you've been disappointed trying to get things to happen, and then all of a sudden you get this beautiful sort of message or sign that something's going to turn out for it. But also with the world, it is that closing out of a cycle. It's the ending of a cycle. So sometimes we can sort of finish something off and move forward. It might be something as simple as, you know, finishing off a job and moving into a new career, but it can also mean that you have completed a cycle in terms of the way you see things or think about things. You know, sometimes we think we're on top of things, and then all of a sudden something will happen and you find yourself spiraling to some old pattern that you've been stuck in for such a long time. And I want to say that, you know, this recognizing that you're doing it, being the observer, seeing yourself do it, we all do. You know, this morning when I was trying to get things up and running, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, this has happened to me again. And, you know, and then you start to get really down on yourself and you think, I'm doing it again, I'm spiraling. So instead of being able to say, well, okay, I've fixed this before, I know I can do it, you tend to get sort of caught up in that negative sort of energy and pulling yourself down. So I love that you've got the world there. All right, so we have the 8 of Wands. I feel like you're getting some sort of communication from somebody. 3 of Cups coming through here. And we have the Sun. How beautiful. There is some sort of communication that's coming through that's going to really help you move forward. So say you've been sitting looking for something for a while. Maybe you've been looking for a course and didn't know what direction to go in, and you haven't been able to really decide how to approach something new. And then all of a sudden you get a message come up on your Facebook page, which I think can read your mind sometimes, and it will say, try this course or do this. And all of a sudden you're moving in a brand new direction and you think, well, that's it. That's just confirmed what I needed to know. Sometimes that happens. You have the Sun, the Star, the World, the Queen of Cups, and the 10 of Cups all coming out here. It's almost like everything's sort of falling into place here. Whatever has kept you sort of back, and I had a very similar reading for Taurus, I think, this morning. I haven't got it up yet. So if you're at Taurus, you're well and truly in this energy. It's like something has been holding you back from having what you needed or having what you wanted. And maybe you've been so focused on not having that you have realized here that you're focused on the negative and the lack and the sadness of it rather than looking forward and seeing the possibilities. So sometimes when you do that, you know, you can go to whatever sort of a habit to try and create for yourself so that you can move forward. But recognizing your language, recognizing the actions you're taking, recognizing that spiraling, recognizing the negativity can sometimes be enough for you to say, all right, I'm going to focus forward. Attitude of gratitude. Hey, Carla, how you going? Attitude of gratitude, whatever it is that pulls you out of that sort of energy. Because what happens is sometimes you get so submerged or so saddened that you forget how much you do have to look forward to. And once you get into that energy, it is so much easier to spiral. You know, we don't get in the energy of, I'm going to win $1 million and spiral into how we can spend our $1 million. That's so much more difficult. We feel that is unrealistic, But yet we get into these negative thinking patterns and we accept that that's okay. So maybe by changing or recognizing that what you're doing, you're moving yourself in a brand new direction. I do feel here some sort of communication is happening. It could be you finding something on Facebook or seeing something differently. It could be even somebody speaking to you and saying, you sort of tend to sort of hover on the negative a bit more. Hey, Jeanette, how you going? And maybe recognizing how you say things, recognizing your language or your negative language, and understanding that negative language is what keeps you in place. So I feel like here you're starting to see something differently. I definitely see communication and a decision being made to move in a new direction. Whatever this is for you, it's definitely something that it's going to hit hard. It's going to hit hard. It's like one of those epiphanies that slaps you in the face and you think, wow, I just haven't seen myself doing that for a very long while. And now here I am doing it all the time, or I'm back in the pattern again, or, how can I get myself out of this pattern? So I feel like a decision is being made. Yeah, so you've got the devil card coming out here. A decision is being made to understand that part of your ego that takes you down. Hey, Sam, how are you going? That takes you down the negative pathway rather than the positive one. And all it takes, 22:11 on the clock up here, all it takes is for you to hear your voice, hear you speaking, hear your negative language, hear, how you put yourself down, hear how you sort of stop yourself from taking chances or, finding something. Yes, it is, Sam. I couldn't get it to upload this morning, so I'm going to try and work out another way to do it. But I can't seem to get into my YouTube account on my iPad. But I can do it on here. Who'd have thought? So I feel like whatever's going on for you here, that... Oh, thank you. I'm really good. Thank you. So I feel like this great change is coming for you, but it will take you either to get some sort of message from the universe. They call it a cledon, I think, is when you get a message, not necessarily a message that's not necessarily direct. You hear somebody saying something. I always talk about a time I was doing a fair down near, hey, Vicky. I was doing a fair down near Newcastle, Mingara, and I'd had a pretty good day, and I was packing up, I think, to go home, and this little girl came in. She couldn't have been much older than 10 or 11 years old. And she came, some of you may have heard this story before because it's never going to leave my side. It's just beautiful. And she came up to me and she said to me, I needed to come over and tell you how, and I can't remember, she said pretty or beautiful or something. You are. And I said, oh, that's really sweet of you. Thank you. Anyway, I could see her mum sort of standing back a little way, and I said to her, Mum, how beautiful, thank you. She said, no, she stopped me and she said, I need to go and tell that lady how beautiful she is. And I just marveled at that. Number one, because it was a kid telling me, so how can you not believe a child? And on top of that, I just needed that time. I really did need, not so much that I needed validating about it, but I just needed something to get me sort of back into, I don't know, feeling good about myself. And I remember how powerful that was. So maybe something like that is going to happen. Maybe somebody will just say something that is enough for you to realize that possibly you've been looking at things the wrong way. Maybe you need to sort of think about how you see things from your world. I did read something really cool the other day that talked about, how different people see things. And I know that years ago, I watched this thing where they were talking about people who'd seen a car accident. And they'd spoken to 6 witnesses and got 6 completely different stories. The car was different colours, the